Hello and welcome. I am Tanisha Sharma and today I am going to talk about something very important that impacts the lives of each and every single individual. Well, you must be wondering what is it. So today we are going to talk about the Union Budget 2025 as it is approaching and it is going to impact the lives of each and every individual, from a salaried employee to an entrepreneur, from a hardworking farmer to an ambitious investor. Every Indian is going to be impacted with this. But everyone must be having the exact same question. Is this budget in 2025 coming with a real change? Well, we don't know it yet, but today we will put our key expectations forward towards this 2025 budget that can change India's economy and improve lives as well. So now let's talk about the expectations we have from budget 2025 that might change the lives of the people and result to be a good change. So now without any delay, let's talk about those expectations. Let's start with something that impacts the financial life of each and every individual: tax. Our first expectation with the 2025 budget is lowering income tax for individuals. Currently, under the new tax regime, an individual who earns 15 lakhs or more than that has to pay 30% of tax, leaving a very little room for them to save money and to invest. Reduction in tax can give people more purchasing power, boosting both their savings and spending. A proposed revision could look like this: up to 5 lakh rupees, no tax. 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees, 5% of tax. 10 lakh to 15 lakh rupees, 10% of tax. And above 15 lakh rupees, 20% of tax. With lower taxes, individuals can spend more, invest more, and drive economic growth at the same time. So this is the first expectation that we have put for 2025 budget plan. Now let's move on to the second one. Our second expectation is stronger implementation of National Education Policy, NEP. We all know that education is really important. It is the first pillar for the bright future of our nation. But what kind of education do we really need? We just don't need the regular learning we have. We also have to include character building and entrepreneurial education in our syllabus as well. That will not just help the kids to understand how to build their character, how to be an entrepreneur, how to start their own businesses and all, but it will also help them to realize how they can take control of their own lives and their financial situation in the future. Through the National Education Policy, NEP, we expect practical learning for the students, teaching students how to start a business, manage their finances, but we also have to teach our students to innovate, to be creative, to learn how to start a business and to manage their finances, rather than just preparing for exams and not having the practical learning in their lives. So this is our second expectation. Now let's move on to our third expectation. Our third expectation is related to something which every single person needs to live a life: home and job. So it's about encouraging home ownership and boosting employment. Buying a house is like a dream for each and every person, and making home loans more attractive can increase the demand of real estate, and that can create jobs as well. We expect the government to increase the home loan interest subsidies that will make the home ownership more accessible to people, while stimulating employment in construction, cement, steel, and such related industries. Our fourth expectation is easy access of loans to farmers and business owners. We always hear that new schemes have come up, new subsidies have come up. The government always launches new and different schemes to help people who are in need related to farming or who starting a small business or something like that. But this is not the exact reality. So if someone who's in need of that scheme walks into the bank and asks for help or about the scheme, the bank officials don't have any clue about it. And even though there are government portals, it only gives you information, provides you with the whole information, but it doesn't help you apply for the loan and get the loan. our expectation is to have a portal which is fully functional, accessible, and transparent that allows farmers, MSMEs, or small scale business owners to apply for a loan and attain full utilization of such schemes and subsidies. Next, our fifth expectation is reducing tax burden on investors and stock market participants. With time, we can see that people are willing to invest in stocks and it is giving good returns to them, and it is a side hustle to earn side income. So it is important to encourage the stock market investors and not penalize them. Right now, the securities transaction tax on delivery-based trades are high. That makes the long-term investments less attractive. And not just that, the long-term capital gains tax on mutual funds and stock market profits discourage investments. So if the taxes are removed or reduced, it will encourage more people to be a part of stock market in India. That will definitely help India's economy to boost. But that is possible only if the tax burden is less. So, our next expectation is transparency in SEZ and industrial land allocation. The government has created SEZs and industrial hubs to support the businesses. But the process of getting that land is full of bureaucratic hurdles and corruption. Many plots are unfairly allocated to bureaucrats and politicians. And that is the truth and the reality at the same time, which leaves the genuine entrepreneurs struggling to get the piece of the land. So we expect to have a national online platform that lists all the available industrial lands and plots with transparency, eliminating the corruption and speeding up the process of approvals for deserving entrepreneurs. Next expectation is strengthening farmer cooperatives for perishable goods. Have you ever seen farmers throwing milk on the roads? Or they are wasting the milk or paneer or cheese, whatever is made up of the dairy product? No, right? But do you know what is the reason? The reason is that the institutions like Amul and KMF protect their dairy farmers. But why only dairy farmers? We need similar organization for fruits, vegetables and all other perishable goods, ensuring farmers to get stable prices. And that eliminates the wastage. Now our next expectation with 2025 budget, and that is creating seasonal employment for small farmers. Most of the Indian farmers hold less than 5 acres of land where they do the farming, and their income is also seasonal. So it totally depends and varies on the season. But to help these small farmers earn a steady income, to have money in their hand, processing units in towns and villages should be set up, which will provide them a seasonal employment, and at the same time it will add value to their farm produce. So this way the farmers don't have to migrate to cities during off season, and they can have a steady income at the same time as well. Now let's talk about our last expectation we have from this budget 2025, and that is infrastructure support for businesses. A business cannot grow without basic infrastructure like electricity, water and digital connectivity. Many small businesses struggle a lot due to this poor infrastructure in industrial zones. And we all know that without infrastructure, there won't be any sort of development. You tell me, how many buildings have you seen without electricity, with bad roads or malls or shopping complexes? Definitely they all require good infrastructure to develop. And once such thing develops in the cities, the towns and the country, likewise the economy also grows. So providing infrastructure for small businesses is the small step for a bigger and better economic growth for the country. So we expect the government to take care of the infrastructure like road expansions and uninterrupted power supply to support business expansion. Well, these are all the expectations that we have with the budget 2025. Yet the reality has to come to light, but before that, this is what we expect. And we believe that improving these sectors will lead to a healthier, stronger and more empowered India. As Budget 2025 is being drafted, we hope that the government listens and acts, because a thriving India will benefit us all. So I think this is the time we have to take the first step for a brighter future for us. So let's build the future together. Jai Hind.